just like to thank Pat Mayo for hiring me and believing in me. The OSC team, y'all are amazing. And also Dawn and Eric, thank you so much.
The award goes to the Tilson Homes on Tilson.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Thank y'all, great honor. Most importantly, our VP of Marketing and Customer Experience, Don Dantzler, Eric Allred, our Senior VP of Business Development, and everyone at Tilson Homes. And do you convert? Jen Martin, thank y'all.
Howdy, everyone.
Howdy. We are so excited to be back. So excited to have you guys here on Tilson Tuesday. Thank you for bearing with us. I think either Eric or I are frozen, and we'll figure out real quick which one it is. Eric, are you there?
I think we're back.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Your incredible award ceremony broke my machine. So we are back. We are live. It is 2 o'clock. It's a little after 2 o'clock now. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, here as I am every single week with Don Dantzler, our Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Welcome, everyone. Jump in. Tell us in the chat where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process you're in. We know that we have been gone. And yes. we have some splaining to do. Dawn, can you tell them what in the world we've been doing? We were not on a vacation in Tahiti for 2 weeks. That was not a thing. We were actually in the Kalahari, as it turns out. So, go ahead.
So yeah, thank you everybody for bearing with me through a longer intro video. But yes, we were off doing fabulous things, just very exciting. Celebrating our team members. We had several who won national awards. So we were at the International Builder Show accepting those. So that was fabulous. We were so excited. I'm just so proud of both of those teams. I tear up a little bit in the videos when we watch all that stuff. And then last week we were just celebrating everybody. We brought together the construction team and the sales team and our new home coordinators and our land prep specialists. Brought them together, gave them their of the year awards, did some training, had some fun at the Kalahari, just had a great time getting together, talking about how we can better serve all of y'all. So I missed you guys. I'm glad to see that you're all back, and just so excited to show you a new home.
Welcome back. Jump in again, jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process you're in. we have a very special house we're going to go through today, but we're here as we are each and every single week to answer all of your questions about building a home on your land. So obviously that's what we do. 91% of what we do is rural, an unincorporated area, but we happen to be subject matter experts on building a home on scattered site, random pieces of property. And guys, really, not to make, I can't say enough good things about what our team did. We went into Las Vegas. It is the National Association of Home Builders. It is the International Builders Show. And we walked out of there with 5 gold and silver awards this year as a little home building operation out of Texas. So we rolled into Las Vegas and walked out with a whole bunch of hardware. So you guys are working with the best of the best. And so I'm grateful. Dawn, grateful to you for, I know you were instrumental in getting those things put up on the applications. And if you've not been, so that was one thing. And then, like Dawn said, we were at the Kalahari. If you've not been to the Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, highly recommend. Really, really great place, really great people, took excellent care of us. Shout out to Mia, our online sales consultant, as well as Amanda Vandenbroek. Of course, she's behind the scenes here, our director of marketing, for being instrumental in making that event happen. Huge event. So guys, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Dawn, tell us what we'll be covering today, because it's not just talking about awards, although we could do that all day. I'd be cool with that.
We could. I could brag on my team all day, but I know that's not what everybody's here for. We are going to talk about a custom Palacios that was built out in the Hill Country. So very excited to share Juanita's home with all of y'all. We've shared pictures throughout the process, and now it's all finished. So very excited to show that off. And because it is Valentine's Day, we had to go with a red house, and she has the most gorgeous little red house. It's great. It's great. She put a lot of time and effort into finding that perfect shade of red. So I was very excited, and it timed out right that we could share it with you guys today.
I know you're rocking red. I didn't get the. I know. I don't have anything red.
You don't own a calendar? It's fine. It's fine.
Red's not my color. It's not a thing. I don't do it. I do sunburns. I can get red.
You've been busy today. It's all right.
Yes, unplanned.
We do have a lot of people joining us. We actually had a couple of early birds on YouTube that the chat did not come through, so I typed it out for you. So that's why it looks a little different. But we have Lisa saying howdy from Fort Worth, building TBD plan in Bandera County, hopefully later this year. Awesome.
Nice.
And then we've got Diana building a San Gabriel C outside Moody. A meeting with our site manager, Hunter, on Thursday. Excited to move into building status.
Oh, cool. That's great.
It's going to be great. And we've got Lisa celebrating for our team. We got Julie saying, so proud of y'all. Yeah, I am so proud of them. They just did so amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
We've got Misty, hello from Mansfield, hoping to go under contract this summer for a build in Toller. Awesome.
Nice. All right, Misty. Welcome.
We've got Carolyn, who's our manager of our OSC team, saying, way to go, Mariah, and the best team ever.
Agreed.
We've got Beatrice in Brazoria County building the San Jacinto.
Nice. Beautiful.
We've got Crystal. Mariah 30 is a gem. She's super responsive, knowledgeable, and so patient. I've really enjoyed working with her. Well deserved for her. Yes, you guys actually are part of the reason that Mariah got that award, because I was able to pull all of the wonderful things that our customers say about her, because she is just incredible. We've got Jennifer, Jen and Tom Gulch building a highly modified Breckenridge in Bloom.
Hill County, yeah.
Awesome. Julie is asking if we got any Round Rock donuts. I did not actually get to leave the Kalahari.
No, what's funny, Julie, is I saw more than one of the employees from the Kalahari. They do sell them there at the little the coffee stand in the lobby. And I saw more than one employee of the Kalahari rolling in with a box of the Round Rock donuts. So they are a thing to be had if you're in the Round Rock area. Make it happen.
Okay, next time. I gotta do that next time. Let's see. Carolyn says, you too, Eric. Mia just sharing love. Gina, howdy from the Cunninghams, Portland, Texas, working with Talon and started process with building in B County. Awesome. We've got Chris. We have a slab as of Friday at the Hills Above PK, watching from Fort Worth. Yay! Awesome. We love concrete. Lisa's very excited. We got Janet. Howdy from Grayson County. After 2 weeks of quiet, the trim guys are busy in our live oak today.
Beautiful. All right. Glad to getting back after it, Janet.
Carolyn says for Eric, congratulations. That is such a phenomenal leader. Oh, that's so sweet.
Wow. Thank you, Carolyn.
Wow.
Just a spoke on the wheel.
Andy says, howdy from Eastern California, Travis A. in Fort Bend County. Foundation pour next week. Fingers crossed.
Okay,
awesome.
Yeah, it looks like the weather held. We were supposed to get really nasty weather today, and it didn't really happen. So that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. All right. Well, let's get started talking about this
Let's
Palacios.
jump into this Palacios. Guys, as we are going along, obviously drop your questions or comments into the chat. We are here to answer all of those. That's what the whole show is about. But Dawn, let's kick us off.
Let's go. So the Palacios is a model in our Angleton office, and it's been around for a bit, but it's I like the design. I think it's a really nice model. It's really kind of great if we want to go to go to the floor plan here. It's just a great little design. It's a good old fashioned country kitchen where you've got that dining area incorporated into the kitchen. It's open, but not. So it's still kind of sectioned off from that family room and living room. You've got a great flex room area, really nice front covered porch, just all those country things that I just really love in this plan just great. You've got your split bedroom front to back on this one. So your master's kind of off by itself in the back of the home. And then the two other bedrooms are towards the front. So you've got that little bit of privacy, but I love this home. I think it's a great, efficient design. You've got an island in the kitchen, great utility space. Just a good plan. I really like this plan.
And one thing that can be lost on this plan, if you're not looking at the dimensions closely, it has the largest rooms that pretty much we put in any house. The sped bedrooms are all both over 12 foot by 13 foot. The flex room's like 15 by 15, master's 15 by 15. Utility room has easily accommodated space for a freezer. So it's the rooms are really
big.
Yeah. Which is nice for the rural lifestyle. So
yeah, especially in a 2,200 square foot package. So yeah, it's a great, good plan.
And so what did the hostess do to it? Because they didn't leave it like that.
A little bit of everything. So they did a good Tilson tour and kind of looked at everything, pulled inspiration from different plans, and something else that they really knew moving into this home exactly what furniture they were dealing with. So they have designed this home to fit their needs perfectly. So you'll see a bunch of things that they changed knowing what they were going to be bringing into the house. The first was on the exterior. They wanted that more traditional farmhouse look. So they changed it all to the full board and batten siding. She had a specific art piece that she was going to be bringing in that she knew she wanted in her foyer. So she put in her own little custom art niche for that. Okay. She added a lot of windows. They have beautiful views out on the property where they are. So she really maximized exactly what she was going to do with that space. They are a little further out. So she also enlarged the pantry. And in doing that, got rid of this plan comes with an included desk area in that utility pantry space. So she got rid of that to make that pantry bigger without having to add any square footage. They added a 5x5 porch on the back of the house so that they could really, have more outside time. They really liked the eyebrow windows that we had in the Magnolia. So they pulled that into this home in a couple of spaces to get that look with that covered porch. They wanted easy access. So they added French doors to the rear. They were here for the great freezes. So they made sure to include a wood burning fireplace and added that into the living room. They did do some moving around with the porch, again, because of the views and what they knew was going on. She wanted you to be able to walk into the house and see the views. So they moved some stuff around with that. Loved the cathedral ceilings and beams that we have in a bunch of our houses. So they added that to their master. Again, more windows in the master to get that view going. And did some rearranging into the bathrooms because of planning on aging in place and planning ahead for wheelchair accessibility and things like that. So we'll get into a little bit more detail of what they did there when we actually get to those spaces. But they did a lot of really thoughtful things there. And then they are actually using one of the additional bedrooms as she has her parents living with her as well. So they went ahead and took a foot from the flex room and added it to bedroom number 2 to make that a little bit bigger. So just a few little minor.
They really, if you think about like footprint wise, not a whole lot changed on the house. You move the porch to the back. And the only reason the footage got smaller is because they eliminated the brick ledge completely. So their home is now all hardy plank. But that's the only but inside their living dimensions are the same. Nothing changed about the model.
Yep. So this is a great another great plan showing you that you can make all these changes to adapt your lifestyle and really not hit the price, impact price too much by having to increase the footprint. So
that's right.
All right. Well, let's let her start taking us on this tour.
Let's check it out.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Tilson Home Tours. I'm Kelsey with Tilson, and I am here with Juanita and Vera to talk about their Palacios home here in Gillespie County. So let's start a little bit with the exterior of your house. It is not a typical color, so tell me kind of how you went about picking that.
Well, before deciding on Tilson, I wanted a log home, and I, wanted like all that. But when we got the house, and I knew it would be on a hill, I thought it would stand out either being a yellow house or a red house. And when I went online and I saw red house images, I fell in love with the idea of it. And then it was just all about choosing the right red.
Yeah, I mean, when you're coming up the road, you see your house. Just sitting up here, it's bright, it's beautiful, and you see that back porch the first thing.
Yes.
So on the back, you mentioned that the porch usually comes off of that door by the laundry room. So what made you want to move the patio?
Well, because originally the porch would have been here with a side door to it, and knowing the view that I have and then the front entrance, I wanted it to be when you walk through my front door, immediately you see my view. It's $1 million view. And then having the French doors and the big windows. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to go out through that view instead of going to the side and not enjoying it from the living room.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Definitely $1 million views. Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah, and again, building on top of the hill like that in Gillespie County, you can see almost 2 counties over. I feel like and again, learning where she started, the idea of a log home. We get that question a lot. We get questions about barn dominiums. We get questions about log homes. And really, dollar for dollar, this is the best route to go from a appraisal standpoint and a longevity, obviously, appreciation standpoint. It's really hard to beat, and flexibility. So in those things, log homes and barn dominiums, you don't have the flexibility that you have with a custom stick built construction. And so they actually able to meld kind of the best of both worlds. I know we're going to have some questions about the metal roof, so we're going to gearing up for that without a doubt. But and just really, really beautiful. Like if you put this beside the model home of the Palacios, again, like always, no clue that they're the same house.
Yeah, I don't know that you would even recognize it. Beautiful. And yes, we did leave the metal roof off of the chart of changes. That was a change that they made that was very important to them. So, and yes, the questions are already rolling in about that. So while Eric works on that, we did have a couple of more comments come through. We've got Nora. Hi, I'm following from Dallas. Release for construction of Gonzales C and Richland Chambers on January 23rd, but have standing water on the land, so delayed. We dug a trench last weekend ourselves to try and drain it. It seems to be working.
Yeah, that's you need some wind and dry weather is the best solution for it.
Yep, absolutely. Faith is sharing that she actually did get nasty weather today. It was bad this morning, but all looks like sunshine now. So that's great.
All right. Yeah.
Beatrice is asking, do all homes get the same inspections, or are inspections based on what county the home is built in? I know coastal counties will need windstorm inspections, but what other inspections can we expect?
Yeah, that's a great question, Beatrice. Thanks for asking. And so, I think you're building in Brazoria County, so for sure you're going to have windstorm inspections that are going to be done. Actually, it's designed even before it even gets built. We have to have the plan engineered so that when it's finished, you'll get a WPI-8, which is what you'll need to get homeowners insurance in Texas along the coast. But beyond that, you're building an unincorporated area as long as you're in an unincorporated area of the county. We already have included all the third-party inspections. So they will inspect, for instance, prior to pour. There'll be an inspection by the engineer on the beam width, beam depth, cable spacing, all that kind of stuff on the foundation before the foundation's placed. And so we'll have to correct any issues if there's any issues there. Then the next inspection happens basically when the house is dried in and all the mechanicals and insulation are in place, so that the inspector can go in and inspect the frame, They can inspect the HVAC, the electrical, the plumbing, and the insulation prior to cover up, prior to sheetrocking everything. And then there'll be another inspection towards the end of construction, at the very, very end, to make sure that everything is completed, code compliant, all that kind of good stuff. So there are a minimum of 3 third-party inspections. This is over and above the energy inspections. So I'm not talking about the energy inspections. That's a totally different set of inspections that are done. I'm just talking about building code. There will also be blower door test, duct blaster test. They inspect for the insulation. Those happen separately. That's a third-party energy inspection that takes place. So there's really a lot of inspections that happen, even in an unincorporated area of the county like you're building in. And if you're in a city, we're still going to do all those things I just told you about.
Right.
And the city inspector is going to be inspecting as well. So plenty of inspections happening.
Awesome. All right. Lisa's asking how much for that metal roof.
I'm working on that still. We may have to come back to
still crunching. All right.
What I can tell you is that we do, it's an allowance is what we do, because the pricing of it changes quite a bit. We don't get the actual final price of that really until right about the house is going to be released to construction. So we will typically put an allowance in there. I can tell you, having price. So this is Galvalume, which just means it's the silver. So this is not a colored type of roof. But you're probably, and I'll get a closer price, but I would budget somewhere in the $40,000 to $60,000 range, over and above the cost of a dimensional shingle roof, which already has a limited lifetime warranty on it, by the way. Mm-hmm. So they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, but they truly are a purely cosmetic. Like, you're not getting any longer warranty. They don't perform any better or different in hailstorms. Like, they can still get damaged, just like a shingle roof can get damaged. So I want to at least put that out there, that it's not a cure-all.
They're not indestructible.
They're beautiful, and they really truly are for aesthetics. But I'll find the price on probably the next video break.
Okay. Chris
engaged.
Chris is saying the house is beautiful. Beatrice is asking, thank you. I know that you don't work with the inspectors, but do we use the same companies?
Pretty well, yeah, Beatrice. We pretty well do use the same ones, because we've actually collaborated with them to make sure that we're interpreting the codes the same way. There's some stuff that we want clarification on, some stuff that we feel like the IRC, the International Residential Code, is a little bit like the Constitution, only way longer for whatever reason. In other words, it can be interpreted different ways. There are prescriptive methods, which are basically, thou shalt do this. It shall be this many inches, this many feet. And then there are performance methods. In other words, as long as it accomplishes this, it doesn't really matter how you get it done, as long as it performs to this standard. Okay, so when it comes to things like that, we reach out to these inspection companies and kind of get, hey, what's your interpretation of that? What have you seen the best practices that's still affordable? And kind of we go from there. And so, yeah, we use the same companies typically over and over again, because again, we agree with them on performance standards and how things are to be done. Because there are more than one. You could frame a house 16 different ways, and they can all be technically to code. But you have an inspector that shows up, and because he or she doesn't like to see it done that way, they could fail it and say,
right,
I don't like the way this is done. Or they don't fail. What they'll say is, I would prefer to see XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean it's not the code, just means it's not their preferred way of skinning that cat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gina is asking, are the fasteners on metal roofs hidden? Is that an option?
Yeah, Gina, that's actually the only way we're going to do it. It's going to be so the roofs that you would see if we're doing a metal roof, actually, if we can allow any kind of metal roof on the home, it's going to be a concealed fastener metal roof, which is why if you look at the pictures that we have on this, so the fasteners are done, the screws are put in, and then the next layer of metal goes on top. So you can see, we look at this house, you don't see any exposed screws of any kind. I know they sell them. I know they have the little rubber gaskets on them, on the screws, and that's all well and good. They're still going to rust. The rubber gasket is going to go away. Like, the Texas sun is going to do what it does to all things outside, and it's going to rot that thing out, and that's going to be a potential place for a leak. But yeah, all the roofs we do are concealed fastener.
All right, awesome. And then Tamika is asking, what is the typical square footage on a 4-bedroom home? It's
Well,
really
I mean,
all over the place.
yeah, I think we have them as small as probably 17 to 1800 square feet. I'm thinking like a Marion or a home like that. And then, of course, the Gonzalez is a great example, 1900 square feet, thereabouts.
Mhm.
The Palacios can be a 4-bedroom. You get that flex room, and you could easily make that a 4-bedroom home. So, but we also have 4-bedroom homes that are 3,000 square feet.
Right.
So, it really is just what else do you want in the home besides 4 bedrooms? Do you need a formal dining? Do you need a study and 4 bedrooms? So those are some of the other things to think about.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go on and take a peek at this kitchen.
Real quick, and of course this was 2 years ago almost, so this is a little dated, but the metal roof on this one was about $20,000.
Okay. All right.
Prices
Awesome.
changed.
Prices changed.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this kitchen area. So tell me about your kitchen plans, why you picked the colors that you did.
Mom, do you want to talk about what you liked about the Palacios kitchen? It was our deal breaker because we were between the Palacios and the Canyon.
Oh, wow.
And we really loved the spaciousness of the Canyon, but the kitchen was too open concept for us. And for us, we said, you know what, we like it's still open to the other rooms, but also it's its own, so that you don't have the noise conflict when people are over. So that was the deal breaker for us, and we just loved the setup. The model home had beautiful color cabinets, which they no longer offered. We're going to get those, but we loved the granite, as this is a level 1 granite.
Yeah, this
and
is
we
the
just-
Santa Cecilia.
and we just thought it was prettier than all the rest.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It ties in all the different colors that you have in here.
And so because we couldn't get the other cabinets that we wanted, that was also a factor in our decision for the colors. So we were like, you know what, we'll get dark cabinets and then lighten it all up with everything else.
Yeah, it looks great. Well, let's move on in here to the dining area.
Okay.
And then here we have some awesome windows looking out at your property.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this kitchen originally had 2 windows, and I was inspired by the Nueces kitchen, the Nueces model, to add a 3rd window. And so having a long big table here, since we're always cooking and there's lots of family visits, we could see in the morning, which is I purposely put the deer feeder there so we could see deer in the morning. We could see other people's cows. There's a beautiful view to dine and natural light.
Yes.
Sometimes we don't even turn on our lights until nighttime.
And the sunsets are beautiful.
Beautiful
over here.
sunset over there.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
It's a beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
view.
I think other people's cows are the best kinds of cows.
They are 100% the best kind of cows. Just like other people's boats, other people's, all those things. Same thing. No, the kitchen is. would have never thought the circle top windows in the kitchen would make that big a difference, but they really make a huge impact both from the inside and out. I think that's a great touch. I also am a little bit convicted that they use the proper pronunciations of the Spanish words like Palacios and Nueces, and so I will do a better job of that, Mrs. Hinojosa. So I appreciate that. So
All right, fair enough. No more San Jacinto?
And Palacios. We do what we can.
All right, we'll work on it. But yeah, just the kitchen space just turned out beautiful. So much natural light coming in with those changes. And we didn't show it in the video, but there's also a very nice large utility room in that space. So it's just great. And that leads to the outside. And again, more light because they put window in there. So it's just
And I have to do this because Kelsey went to the trouble, but we missed the beautiful still shots of the back of the home.
Yes.
In the back. Just really, really killer. Beautiful.
Great
job.
space to enjoy all those views and other people's cows.
Yeah, and it looks almost like barn-dominium log home barn style that I thought was really cool. And just by moving the porch from behind the utility room and kitchen to over behind the family room, and that's all they did. And then
you can definitely tell that's where the inspiration came from, and she got that same look without the inflexibility of those other 2 approaches. So
for sure,
very, very good.
And we may have lost Dawn there for a second. So you're back there, Dawn?
I'm back. Sorry. I ran away for a minute.
God, we're a little rusty after 2 weeks off, aren't we?
I know. It's like we forgot how to do this. Sorry, guys.
Our machines, they don't know how this video bandwidth, how to do this.
Yeah, they're having an issue. So where did I lose you? We were talking about the utility room.
We're talking about utility room. We got done with that, and so now we're just going to move on to the next part. And also we have questions or comments, so drop those in the chat as well. We can be glad to listen and learn.
All righty. Well, let's see what we have here. Tamika is asking, she was saying on her 4-bedroom in the square footage, she's thinking about something like a mother-in-law suite.
Yeah, both the San Jacinto has a custom option for that, as well as the LaSalle has an option for that. And of course, we can modify those in some ways. If it's a smaller plan that you're after, we could look to do something like that, where they have their own private. Typically, what we mean with a mother-in-law suite is simply a bedroom that has its own private bathroom area that's only accessed by that room. It's not shared with another space. So sometimes it may have a door going to the outside, but that just depends. The LaSalle is a great example that it's completely on the other side of the house from all of the other bedrooms. So.
Okay, awesome. And then Renee has a question about our fireplace choices for gas. Is there not reason that we do not offer an upgrade on the gas fireplaces? The model that we sell is known to have a low flame, and if they had been given an option to upgrade, they would have. But now they feel like they have a fireplace that is not giving them as much heat as they would like.
Well, I mean, Renee, that's the first I've heard of it. I've not had anyone else complain about it having a low flame. Maybe that's a propane or natural gas regulator issue is what it sounds like to me, more than the fireplace issue, because it's going to burn whatever gas is being allowed to go to it. And that's controlled by the regulator, not by the fireplace. So you've got typically 2 regulators. If you're on a propane system, you got one at the propane tank itself, coming right off of the propane. Then you got another one that comes into the house. And those regulate again to balance the amount of gas, because the pressure on the tank changes with the weather. So if it's hot and hot day, it's going to have higher expansion. It's going to have higher pressure. On a low, cold day, the gas compresses. It doesn't have as much pressure. And so that's the whole point and purpose of the regulator. But you are the first I've heard of this. So I regret that you're having the issue, but I would absolutely reach out to your propane provider or natural gas provider and find out if maybe there's a regulator issue. Sometimes the springs can get stuck. That's possible, but that's, and we have multiple options on the gas fireplaces. So I'm not sure what the issue was there. So
okay. And then Beatrice is asking, are small concrete slabs added where exterior doors are if there's not porch or at that exit, or does it step down to natural ground?
So Beatrice, typically it steps down to natural ground unless you have said that you want a what we call a stoop, or a concrete landing of some sort. So like at my house, for instance, I know I have a thing that steps out onto natural ground, and we'll have like pavers or something like that we put out there because sometimes in the country people like the look of concrete everywhere. It's not the look they're going for. Maybe they want crushed granite, maybe they want flagstone, maybe they want like I saw some of the pavers that the Inahostas had used at their place. So. But we can do a concrete stoop if you want. There are some cities that do require it be a concrete stoop. That's not unheard of. But out in the country, typically that's not required.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at this living room and flex room that they have.
Let's check it out.
And then we have your living room in here. So let's go this way.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about this foyer. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. That's one of the things we loved about the Palacios model was the door with the glass. It was really pretty. We chose a different design than the model home had. I just thought it was beautiful. Another thing that I liked was the Magnolia model had this arched glass on top, so that's an inspiration from there. That's a takeaway from the Magnolia. So the flex room along with the foyer was that.
Yeah, and you carried it over to here because this window is huge.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. And so knowing already that the decor that I had, I also designed the house with the decor in mind, that I already knew that I had waiting and collecting.
Yeah.
So yes, I love the windows. It makes a big difference on the original Palacios model. And so that's just one of the things that it's just a focal point for this bedroom, for this room.
And for this flex room, you did bump it out just a little bit to add a little bit more space.
Actually opposite.
Okay.
I took a foot away from it and gave it
Gotcha.
to the other bedroom for my parents.
Yeah.
So they would have a little bit extra
Yes.
room.
And we added this little closet.
And the closet as well, because the closet was in the hallway.
So
Right.
it's just a little extra storage.
Yes,
Yeah.
just a little extra, but
Yeah.
it's just, what I love about this is that it's all open still.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then you have these archways which still connect it, and then that's actually a bed. So that's our
That's a
guest.
bed?
Yeah, it's a Murphy cabinet bed.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
cool.
I have a little TV on there, but it's also a guest room, queen size.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So it's
then
a flex room for sure.
you just look in here and I love how you tied in the arches of like the walkways here, and then you have them going into the kitchen and the
Yes.
little above the island area.
Yes.
And even with the niche right there in the foyer.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I did have that put in, that indented.
Yeah,
because I knew I had that piece to put.
Yeah.
So, and as you can tell, my decor is a lot of collections from places that I've been and stuff. So
Yeah, I love
Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have your living room, of course, which
Yes.
is stunning.
Yes.
I love it. It's still open, but my fireplace is my baby.
It's beautiful.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And I love that it's a wood stove.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the freeze, we wanted to make sure we had a wood burning fireplace, because just in case,
Just in case you still have
Yes.
heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And tell me about this. This is a big old chunky mantle and I love it.
Yes, well, I believe with Tilson, a mantle comes automatically when you get a fireplace. And so all I had to do was just choose the stain. And actually the stain was a hiccup for me because I thought it was gonna be a different color. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, but then I ended up loving it. It ended up being perfect because it is the right color. It's just that it absorbed a different way.
Yeah, and it really ties in the color of the floor too.
Yes.
It kind of
Yes.
brings out that warm earthy tone.
Yes,
And it goes really well with this tile.
Yeah, and we chose the same, and actually that tile is my backsplash.
Yeah.
So I have the same backsplash in the kitchen I used for
It just
that.
ties it in.
Yes.
Yes.
Really nice.
And then we've got some more big windows here, as well as the double doors leading to your patio.
Yes, these were originally 4 fixed windows on the model home, on the elevation. And we wanted that as soon as you walk into the house, you immediately see our view.
Yeah.
And so those French doors just open up to our patio, which is another reason we moved the patio to this side.
I love it.
All right.
Amazing fireplace. The Constitution is a killer fireplace. Again, it seals, so its own combustible airspace. That has to be done because of where they are. This home, I believe, is in climate zone 3 in Gillespie County, which means there's not really any other option but to pass energy code. You have to use this kind. For a wood burning fireplace, you have to use this kind. Gas fireplace, no problem at all, because they're already sealed. But on a wood burning, you'd have to use this. But they are a amazing fireplace system.
Yes. And I love that they pulled in the backsplash from the kitchen to kind of tie it all together. I personally love a good stone tile. So this one is just perfect for me. And again, the views, guys, the views are just amazing in this house. But this is a huge living room. You can see how much, they've got 2 reclining sofas in this space, and it's barely taking up any room at all. So just a great large room, particularly on a home this size.
And my wife would love this because there is no TV up there. She hates the TV in the family room.
Oh, okay.
Different deal for a different day, but this would she can never see this because I tell her that's not a thing. You can't have a family room without a TV. But here it is. It's really pretty.
You could compromise and just get one of the art pieces that could cover the TV. Like that one.
Oh, she's found this TV that does the art on it.
It does the art thing? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Of course. Solution for everything.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then, Kelsey's saying that actually is
there
the
you go.
TV. That is what they've got. That is the TV. It's a picture kind. So when you turn it off, you display a photo.
There you go. Thank you, Kelsey.
Y'all have the same TV.
Yes. We validated Mrs. Hallard once again.
Rachel's always right. Just accept it.
Oh, believe me, I know. Oh,
And then
how
this
I-
is that flex room. If you visit our model in Angleton, we have it set up as a study. Works great, as a study space. And you see they've got a desk in here too. I really love the Murphy bed cabinet. I haven't seen that before, and that's just very cool. So they are ready for all the guests at their house. So
I want to see, like, I don't. The Transformer addict in me wants to see it do its
really,
thing.
really wants to see it.
I can't envision it as a queen size bed. I 100% a believer. I get it, but that's the I have to see. I must know how this happens. So
All right, we need pictures.
I need pictures of the deployed queen size bed, Murphy bed.
Okay, and Faith is saying that she is so down with the concept of an art TV. And I am going to apologize to anybody who was sending in comments halfway through the video. I did have to refresh my browser because Eric had frozen on my screen. So please, if I skipped your comment, please send it again, and I will put it up. I'm not trying to ignore anybody, but yeah, just a great use of space.
It is, and again, this flex space, we have customers that will make this as a fourth bedroom. We have customers that will use this as an office. They kept it the way the model is, where it has the three big open arches, which I love. But you can easily, wall one or two of those off and just put double doors or a single door. It's got room to add a closet if you want to do that. I've seen customers add a full bath in there and do that. So it truly is as far as flex rooms go, they don't get much more flexible than what's here in the Palacios.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, let's take a look at the master suite.
Guys, keep dropping your questions and comments into the chat. We love hearing from you. We want to answer all of them.
All right. Awesome.
Well, let's move this way into the master suite.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love how much light there is in here.
Yeah, there's
And
a
the
lot of light.
beam. This is such a beautiful room.
Yes, I
Yes.
love that too.
There was one of the reasons this one actually had a stepped ceiling, and I wanted the cathedral because I knew that big old beam would match my bed. So
And it does.
Yeah, so like I said, I already knew the furniture and decor I had to have the house mold with it.
That kind of makes the design process that much easier when you already know what furniture you're going to have. You know what to pick out to make everything tie together.
Yes, and which was another reason why I moved some things also with the original plan. The entryway's bigger. This wall's extended a little more. This was originally a window.
Right.
And I knew bringing in a big old bed could not be going through a corner. So I made the door purposely for the bed.
Well, and it's nice because in the morning you can just go right out to the
Yeah,
patio,
it's very
soak up some
convenient.
sunshine.
Yeah. If I go outside and the cats follow me and I don't want them to, I go through the other door.
Yeah. Well, let's check out this suite.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is my little sanctuary.
I love it. And you've got this gorgeous shower right here in the middle with that big window.
Yes, again, trying to get that inspiration from Mexico and all of the beautiful restrooms over there. So the closest I could get was a dark tile, the beautiful rock
that
pebble.
looks pretty.
I love the
rock.
pebble floors.
Yes, and I didn't get any carpet in the house at all. It's all the vinyl flooring. But I love this restroom. I tried to make it like a spa. When you
It
walk
definitely
in.
has that feel.
Yeah.
And then you've got a gorgeous, huge vanity over here,
Yes.
as well as the one on the other side.
Yes,
Yes.
and a change in here was also the toilet. It had
And
its
little
own
shelves.
individual room, and I wanted it all open.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, when you say your forever home, that means forever till your years go
It's
by.
forever.
So I had to think about if there's a possible wheelchair or things like that for it to be easy access for, the restroom. It's a part of life, and so I had to think about that stuff.
Yeah,
instead
that's
of
really
making
smart to think
changes
about.
later.
Yeah.
But I love it. I added the shelves myself, and I love the his and hers. The his is not filled yet. I'll get that filled. But yes, I love it. I love taking a shower and being in
it's
I'll
really
play
nice.
music like I'm getting a spa.
Yeah. Well, let's go check out the secondary bedrooms.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, just
Cool
love it.
story.
I love the thought put into I'm going to bring in this huge piece of furniture, so let's have an extra door there. just great how
And
that
you
worked out.
you say that, and had she not pointed that out, like it doesn't. The bed I can see now.
Hmm.
The bed is big. Like they are large pieces of timber, but it fits fine in this space. Like I would not had she not
Yeah,
pointed that out, I would never been like, oh, that bed is like massive. But
I
it really,
know.
really is
Yeah,
tasteful.
it's a nice large room, and vaulting that ceiling and getting that cathedral ceiling in there just makes it look that much bigger. But yeah, I know I definitely, every home I've been in has some bumps and bruises from trying to get a bed like that around the corner. So that was very smart.
Yes, that one would need help for sure.
Yeah, that one would need a lot of help. That does not, it doesn't look light. Yeah, they're gonna have trouble getting around the corner. But
And
yeah,
like,
nice.
you're able to sneak in the picture here of the sitting space. Like it's such a huge
Mhm.
room, even with that big furniture. There's still a recliner at the other, like from where this picture is taken from. There's a recliner sitting there, so it's
I
a big
know.
room.
It's a great space, a great space. But let's talk about that bathroom. So in the standard layout, you do have, as she was mentioning, the enclosed room for the commode there, but and then you also have a separate shower and bathtub, which she went ahead and combined and opened that space up a little bit, because we stole some space out of another room. Stole some space out of this to go into another room. But I love the thought that was put into aging in place and making sure that everything was exactly how she needed it to be. So what we did was, remove the corner shower, got rid of, wait for the corner shower, remove the tub. That shower is huge, like really big, and then got rid of the whole separate toilet room. And I think she did achieve that very spa like vibe that she was going for. So
They did a comfort height commode,
that.
so they did the higher commode where it's easier to stand up from, and so yeah, a lot of thought put into that. Because, and to her point, you're going to call it a forever home.
Mm-hmm.
Either you mean it or you don't.
Right? Yeah, forever is forever. And let's see, we've got a couple questions coming in, so let's get to those. We've got Candace asking on that tile, if this is a limestone tile, can it be sealed for use as a backsplash in a kitchen?
Okay, so we don't seal tile. In fact, we don't seal grout. You can have the grout sealed if you want to later. It does change the look of it. But I've never heard of sealing tile. I understand why you may want to on limestone. It is porous. So it can be used as a backsplash tile. I could probably clean and scrub pretty well, but I would check with Dow Tile's website, check with the manufacturer to see what their thoughts on sealing it. I'm not going to speak to one way or the other as far as if it can be sealed or not. I can say that anytime you seal anything, I don't care if it's granite, grout, tile, whatever, it does slightly change the hue, the way, the color. Even if the product says it doesn't, says it's the same, it says I'm going to tell you right now, you notice a difference. It may not be enough to make a big deal to you, but it is going to look different.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those situations where it says, do a little test area in an inconspicuous space. If you're going to be sealing tile, like check it first, because that color is going to change, and you might not be happy with the result for that. Let's see, we've got Marissa with some questions. My driftwood home was built in 2019, and I noticed that on my fireplace, they did not add the wood on the bottom part to cover the stone that holds the mantle. I was told it wasn't done anymore. At the walkthrough, I was told Tilson not doing it anymore, so we just took his word for it and didn't ask anymore and signed off to close.
Yeah, I mean, it really does depend on, and that's one of the things we do the elevations on the file copy of the plans to see for sure, and it's one of the things that we show customers. We have a exact elevation, a sketch of what the fireplace is going to look like, and so it may have the wood, it may not have the wood. It depends on what kind of mantle is being done. Some people do stone mantles, some people do wood mantles. So it really just depends. But it's one of those things that we put on the plans just to check out. So it might be something to check into there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at the remaining bedrooms on this plan.
Let's check them out.
More arches, I love it.
Yes.
So Vera,
This is
tell me
room-
about your wing of the house.
Okay, this is our little bathroom. And one thing we wanted to do is order the handlebars, you know, for handicap, because we're getting older and we're going to need them, so might as well get it done.
Yeah, and I like that you took out the tub and had the walk-in shower.
Yes, we needed that, and also for a wheelchair, you know, we need to wheel it in or whatever. But I like it, it's spacious. Only thing, you know, I don't have my little linen closet, but I have a shelf in there,
Yeah,
which
I saw
is
that
good.
you put in the shelf.
But I'm very happy with it. I love it.
Yeah, and then you've got the 2 bedrooms.
Yes, the
So
2
tell me a little
bedrooms.
bit about these. We've got
this,
looks like an office.
This originally is a guest room. And this over here is actually another bed. It's another
Murphy closet.
Another Murphy bed. But since my daughter works and is always training, she needed an office. So she's using this for an office. When people come over, she just goes to her room and work.
Yeah.
And we still have this as a guest room.
Yeah, this is a great room.
And so it's a guest room, but it's also my office, and you know I have a little TV in here, so it's perfect for
It's
me.
multi-purpose.
Yes, and it's very colorful, so you can
Yes.
see from my paintings. You got the grandkids' pictures and stuff. It's just we call it we used to be the yellow room, but now it's changing.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have your bedroom over
Our
here.
bedroom, yes. This is my bedroom.
Beautiful views.
This is our bedroom, and yes, we have a beautiful view in the morning.
You'll be able to
and-
see your neighbor's cows in the
Yes.
morning.
And we extended it a little bit from the study over there for a little bigger bedroom, and it's just perfect for us.
Yeah.
You can see we got a chair for whatever we need. My husband needs to put on his shoes or whatever, and we love it. We just
Yeah,
it's just big enough
it's
for
really
us.
spacious.
Yes.
Yeah, and then understand this is a downsized move for this. I mean, for in our years, what we did was my mom sold their house. My parents and I are now
Yes.
together because I'll be taking care of them when that time comes. So, you know, I offered them the master. They didn't want it, so we did make this
No.
room bigger for them and took a foot away from the
Yeah.
flex room. Had I thought about 2 master suites, I wish I would have thought it. I
Yeah.
didn't, but it's okay. It's good for them. They're happy with it, and they have a beautiful view in the morning
Yes.
as well, and lots of light.
We're very happy with it. We love
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's so
perfect.
great to
Nice.
hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's head back into the kitchen and do a quick little wrap up of
Okay.
everything.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, the views are incredible. Really neat to have that kind of vista on top of a big old hill in beds. I've got to see this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find you the link so you can see how these work. But yeah, 2 very good sized bedrooms for them to have the space. Like we talked about, they did take it a foot out of the flex room to make that 1 bedroom a little bit bigger. But yeah, the views and all the light, it's just amazing. And then you've got the hallway bathroom in there that we talked about a little bit of the changes. I think that slide is in here. That might be next. Kind of talking about the changes that were done in there to get rid of the tub and do the full walk-in shower instead. And then, like I said, they took a little bit of space from that master bathroom to make this work a little bit more. So no separate, opening up, adding some shelves, making that space work for them.
Some grab bars in there. Great ideas.
Yes.
And guys, our grab bars, they don't look like an assisted living facility. Like, they are tastefully done. They match the bathroom hardware. If it's bronze, it's bronze. If it's chrome, it's chrome. Like, they don't look like an old folks home. They're very tastefully done. And if we do them, of course, we're blocking behind the tile, so that we're anchoring directly into solid, material between the studs. So to make sure that they do what they're.
When somebody pulls on it, it's gonna not come with them. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that Justin Ordino does, now granted, he's a little fella, he's kind of light, but he'll roll through there and do pull-ups on those things just to make sure that they're done the way. And if they come out of the wall, that his builder's getting a telephone call. So, as is probably our workman's comp people. Who knows?
Hopefully not.
Anyway, we will do a last call for questions because we want to hear from you guys. So put your questions into the chat. While we do that, of course, we want to give a great shout out to Hostess for sharing this. Thank you so much for opening your home to us, for choosing us, number one, and then for opening your home to us, letting us do this video. Thank you, Kelsey. And also I know Peyton was very instrumental in this as well. So thank you,
Yes.
Peyton and Kelsey, both for getting this done. And of course, I think Wendy was the sales consultant. So great job there, Wendy. So anyway, that's a beautiful home on a beautiful piece of property. And yeah, I can see why people are rushing to Gillespie County, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, all those kind of areas. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. Awesome. Well, I am not seeing any more questions come in, so I think we might be done.
Beautiful thing. Well, guys, thank y'all so much. Don, thanks for putting this together. Great presentation. Oh, we got some comments up.
Here they are. Perfect house for Valentine's Day. I agree. We got Gina. Thank you for sharing. And then we've got Juanita. Thank you so much for sharing your house with us. Thank you. We're so happy with the process and the outcome. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Juanita. Appreciate it very much. And thank you, Don, for putting this together. Beautiful presentation as always. Once again, congratulations to all of our silver and gold award winners, as well as the Tilson of the Year award winners. So we appreciate you guys very, very much. We hope that y'all get some value out of these still, and we really, really soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll holler at you guys later.
Bye, everybody.